You know, there's a lady in our country who is absolutely brilliant, and she's not given the credit for her brilliance. I'm talking about Paris Hilton. Okay. She was interviewed one time and she said, you know, it's not like I'm a rocket surgeon. Apparently not. Hi, I'm Ron Price, owner-operator of Productive Outcomes, doing this series with Greg Allen over at Safe Communities Initiative. I hope I got that right. He'll cut it if I didn't. But we're talking about germs that infect and kill off relationships. And I'm going to tell you, folks, having healthy, happy relationships is not rocket surgery. You just need to know a few things to do and a few things to avoid. And so in this series, we're talking about 5 germs that typically infect, sicken, and ultimately kill off relationships in the workplace, at home, churches, anywhere in between. And if you know these germs, you're going to be able to inoculate yourselves against them so they don't have to damage the relationship. The first one we're going to talk about is escalation. And you're going to recognize this. You may not understand or have heard the term, but you know escalation. It looks like, well, I didn't like it when you did that. Oh yeah, well, what about you? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, and who knows where that ends. Folks, escalation occurs in every important close relationship at times. Maybe I shouldn't say every, but the vast majority, if you know what I mean. It's normal. It's not an indication that, oh, I'm working with the wrong person or I live with the wrong person or anything like that. It's an indication that you're both human, because every now and then we're not going to be at our best and we're going to escalate. You know, I often cite a Dr. Mark Goulston. He's the author of Just Listen, of Get Out of Your Own Way, of his new book, Talking to Crazy, How Do You Deal with the Difficult People in Your Life? He makes an interesting comment that when people seem to be attacking each other, escalating, if you will, what they're more likely doing is defending themselves from perceived attacks from the other. And I find that very interesting, and I think he's on to something there. So if you find yourself in an escalation, let me give you a couple of things you can do to stop it. Because to keep it going, folks, is just going to get you nowhere. One I just heard just recently. I listened to a podcast by a lady named Tammy Lenski. She says that when you find yourself escalating, one of you can just say, well, maybe we ought to fight about this. And while that sounds counterproductive, it's actually a signal that says, wait a minute, why are we doing this? So try that sometime. Say, maybe we ought to just fight about this. But say it in a soft tone. Don't be aggressive. It's going to make the other one say, all right, bring it on. Maybe we ought to just fight about this. Another bit of advice I'll give you is to have a timeout signal ready in advance. If you and a close associate know that you're going to escalate on occasion, have a timeout signal that says, you know what, hold on, this is not going to be a productive conversation right now. Let's put a stop to it for now, and we'll pick it up later. Folks, escalation will occur, I promise you, but it doesn't have to destroy the relationship. As long as it's now and then, if it's happening on a frequent and regular basis, you better deal with it or that relationship will die. We'll look forward to being back with you next week. We're going to talk about negative interpretation, the second of the 5 germs that can sicken and destroy a relationship. Look forward to seeing you next week.